Hello everyone. This is a very exciting day for me. This is Gwen from Hummingbird Tarot, and I got a new deck that I ordered in the mail. This is one that's been on my list for a couple years. I've been looking at it. I'm extremely excited to have it, and it is the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot. And I have been looking at this sitting on my shelf. I just haven't had time to film this, and I wouldn't let myself play with it until I filmed this video, so I'm ecstatic to be able to be doing this video today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. There we go. And I didn't realize at first that Dame Darcy was a person, and it wasn't until I went to her website to open this up, and sometimes new decks, it's really hard to open the tuck box without messing it up when tearing it, and this one feels very tight. There we go. Just gotta get over that initial. Cardstock looks really thick. Oh, look how pretty. So it's your standard tuck box. I'm hoping to be able to compare this against the Radiant Rider Waite in an RWS versus video. Let's see what this is made of. We've got, oh, it's not in order. Oh, look at how good this is. Wow, this is thick. So I have a standard US game systems deck here, and just look at how much thicker the cardstock is with Dame Darcy. Can you see how much thicker? Wow. I love the back of this deck here. So this is the Radiant Rider Waite tarot that I have here. And I think I'm just gonna take a moment and put this deck in order and then come back and compare it against the Rider Waite tarot. Wow, okay, I've got this in order now. This deck is really hard to handle. The cards are sticking together. I have a question. There's this powder stuff that you can buy for cards, and I can't remember what it's called, and I tried looking it up, and I don't have the right keywords, so I couldn't find anything, but I'm probably going to end up needing to buy some of that so I can use this deck without them sticking together too badly. So let's go ahead, get this ready. Okay, so we're just going to do a walkthrough of the Dame Darcy deck against the Radiant Rider Waite tarot deck, a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, and the Dame Darcy Mermaid tarot is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. So we're just going to take a look at them card by card and see where they're similar, where they're different. And I love the coloring right off of the Dame Darcy deck. It's pretty great. The tuck box is just your typical tuck box that you get. Nothing too special about it. You do not get any kind of a book with the Dame Darcy deck, but she did include a card that says go to damedarcy.com in the book section and then Mermaid Tarot deck and click the guide to using the tarot. So she must have something on her website that you can go to find out resources or some kind of a reference that she has for her deck. So as I shared already, I love the back of the Dame Darcy deck. The color of it is pretty spectacular too. And we're just going to flip through it card by card. So one thing that was a little hard when I was just trying to quickly put them in order. So if you're a beginner, this deck, it does have the traditional suits, but not all the cards have numbers on them. For example, if we look at the Fool here, there isn't any kind of number. Now you could say the Fool is the beginning, it's 0, so it doesn't need one, but all the other ones have one. Not all of the other ones, a lot of the other ones have them, but not every card has numbers. Yeah. Oh, I noticed it right there. There we go. Okay, there is 0. I stand corrected. And then they're all in different places on the deck too, so you can see I missed that the first time when I was putting it in order, and then I stopped for a moment and looked to see what card it was, and then I was able to figure it out. But Magician, High Priestess. Now I did notice on some of the cards the image is pretty crisp, and then I'm looking here at the High Priestess, it does look a little blurry. So the quality of the photograph of her art doesn't look to be consistent so far, but I do really like her style. It's very unique. And another thing that I thought was interesting is that she totally mixes the style of dress. For example, you'll see this is fairly modern 20th century clothing here. This is something that you would see in the Navy. Well, you'd see it now too, 21st century. And then some of the clothing is from like the 1700s. Oh, this is interesting. So you can see how the numbers are, you know, if you rely on those numbers to help you, I don't know, they're kind of all over the card. I made it a little bit more complicated. I was just putting it in order, but I personally don't rely on those numbers, but I know some people do. So as you can see, it's very clearly based on Rider-Waite-Smith, and if you're familiar with the Rider-Waite-Smith images, you're not going to have any trouble reading this deck. I'm surprised. I do actually like this deck better than I thought I was going to, and I was expecting to like it a lot. But like I said, the cards are really sticking together, and I don't know if it's just the humidity levels here where I am, but if you know what that powder is called, if you can leave me a note in the comments, that'd be great. Or if you have any other tricks to having your cards not stick together. Normally when I shuffle them quite a bit and they get a tiny bit bent from shuffling, they don't tend to stick together as much. So I'm going to try that. I mean, I usually do something like this, and I'll just start. And I will usually too, when I get a new deck, I will get a nail file and file down the edges a little bit so they're not so sharp. When you get a brand new deck, a lot of times the cards are really sharp, and they can almost feel like they're going to cut you when you're shuffling them at first. But I'm not feeling the need to do that with this deck. It feels comfortable. It's really high quality, and it's got a really nice matte rose petal finish on it. It's interesting that the devil has got tears. Oh look, there's a tidal wave coming for the tower. And it's on fire. Yeah, that tower is definitely in trouble here. Very similar. So you can see there's the close, the 1700s. And this looks like modern, well, 20th century clothing. A sailor from 1940s, maybe 1950s. I love the facial expressions here. They definitely look angry. So the wands are sometimes wands and sometimes paddles. Is that underwater? I just thought her hair was going up, but no, it looks like it's above the water. See again the 1700s. So I guess she's just grabbing all things nautical. I love that. And again, there's your 20th century sailor hat. Actually, it might even be 21st century too. Yep. I think this is French, a French Navy uniform. I love how they're holding hands. Oh wow, this is almost exactly the same. Bridges in the same place and everything. Oh, that's very sweet. The cards are sticking together here. I'm bummed about that. Definitely slows you down. That looks Polynesian almost. And Roman. So there is some diversity. I didn't notice that the first time I went through. That's nice. So this is a statue she's working on. Okay. Back to the 1700s here again. That's very different. Looks like there's coins falling off the ship. Oh, this is very different. I love the crown. Very organic looking. His clothes are interesting because I don't really recognize any style. That's just brand new style. And then we've got the Tritons as the swords. Oh yeah, they're really sticking. That's very much the same. So he looks like a pirate. He's got his eye mask on. Those are very much the same. Those are very much the same. Oh my goodness. Definitely a modern uniform. So there is Dame Darcy's deck. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. I love this deck. I think this is going to be a new favorite of mine. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next time around.